President Moon Jae-in is winging his way back to Seoul as we speak, following a week-long trip to Europe. He wrapped up his visit Thursday with a series of meetings in Budapest with the leaders of the so-called Visegrad group.
Yes, and before that, he was in Italy for the G20 Leaders Summit and Glasgow for the UN Climate Conference. Our senior Blue House correspondent Kim Min-ji, traveling with the president, looks back on the key events of his trip.
South Korea and the Visegrad Group will take steps to further enhance cooperation in the areas of science technology, energy, and climate change. On Thursday, the last day of his Europe tour, President Moon Jae-in held a summit with the prime ministers of the V4, which consists of Hungary, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, and Poland.
한국은 V4의 교통, 에너지, 디지털 인프라 구축 사업에 활발히 참여하고 있습니다. 지금까지의 협력 사업 성과를 더욱 확대하고 수소 경제 육성의 힘을 모아 탄소 중립 시대의 새로운 성장 기회를 만들기로 했습니다.
Seoul will take part in the construction of new airports, railways, and nuclear power plants in the V4 countries. Blue House said that South Korea maintains its stance to gradually phase out nuclear energy, but that it can cooperate with other countries and need Korea's technology or personnel. The two sides also agreed to further bolster cooperation in the electric vehicle battery sector and other promising industries. The Visegrad Group is Seoul's second largest trading partner within the European Union and hosts over 650 South Korean companies, including SK Innovation and Samsung SDI. Moon also thanked the V4 for reaffirming its support for South Korea's ongoing efforts to engage with North Korea and declaring an end to the 1950-53 Korean War.
한반도 평화 프로세스에 대한 V4 국가들의 꾸준한 관심과 지지에 감사드립니다.
While in Budapest, Moon also paid his respects at a memorial dedicated to the 28 victims, 26 of them South Koreans, of a deadly boat collision on the Danube River 2 years ago.
또한 그렇게 영원히 그분들을 위해서 수모 동안까지 알려주신 데 대해서 감사드립니다.
At the UN Climate Change Conference in Glasgow, President Moon pledged before the global community that South Korea will cut its carbon emissions by 40% by 2030 from 2018 levels. That's up from the previous target of 26.3%. He said that Seoul will also join a global initiative to cut methane emissions while do away with coal power by 2050.
쉽지 않은 일이지만 한국 국민들은 바로 지금 행동할 때라고 결정했습니다.
In Rome at the G20 summit, Moon vowed to contribute to global efforts to reduce the vaccine discrepancy between advanced and developing countries. He said South Korea will step up production capacity as a global vaccine hub to aid efforts to vaccinate 70% of the global population by mid-2022. While at the Vatican, President Moon held talks with Pope Francis, who expressed willingness to visit North Korea if there's an invitation from Pyongyang.
다음에 꼭 한반도에서 뵙게 되길 바라겠습니다.
Drumming up support for the Korean Peninsula peace process, forging partnerships for inclusive and sustainable recovery from the pandemic, and tackling climate action. President Moon wraps up his European tour. The top office says the UN Climate Change Conference and the G20 Summit reaffirms South Korea's raised global status and its role as a bridge between advanced and developing countries, while it expects agreements with the V4 countries and promising industries to contribute to Seoul's economic recovery. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News, Budapest.